Hello, welcome back to Seas of Time, session 2.4. Glad to have you. And we have this wonderful cast with me today, excluding one, our good friend Kevin. He's on his little side quest, and he will return to us next week. So, in the meantime, we'll just have the rest of us have this wonderful adventure, and he'll come back. So, let's get back into it, shall we? Last time on Season Time, our adventurers have finally made it to Laka's shell. After a few misadventures and a pursuit of one Olani Sea-Singer, the party finally took time to get some rest at a tavern in a noble district. Um, upon inside the tavern, our bard Kimi Sea-Singer offered to put on a show to pay for their admission into the tavern slash inn. And when this little show was going on, our party spotted some Neanderwhales or some suspicious individuals that sprung an attack on Kimmy, trying to kidnap her. Well, the party dealt with them swiftly and managed to capture one and question them about intel, finding out that they were in fact from Snake's Vice, working for one of the assassin lords, uh, trying to get a famous Olani Sea-Singer's daughter as ransom. Among other things, one of the wizards that was tagging along with these assassins was carrying a familiar black vial with them that the party recognizes the ones they found deep within the Xenosian ruins not too long ago. Um, After all these events transpired, the party finally got some rest, got in their beds, and slept, and finally and converged in the morning, where they talked about their new plans for the day. Uh, However, not before one Miyoko uh, had a little moment with their recently acquired Haggai and found out there may have been a little bit more to this Haggai than they had believed. Seeing visions of three ghoulish looking hags that told them what they could get with this Haggai's power and what they will require for possessing such. And now, with all this transpired, the party has now sat down with a wonderful buffet of breakfast foods laid before them on their table, ready to start the day. And now, you are all sitting along that table together with food, drink, um, lots of good spices, cooked foods filling your nostrils. Um, some good drinks all around. There's commotions, people talking all around you. It's almost like a completely different tavern since yesterday, since that fight, that ordeal happened, the chaos that ensued. And you see a couple Federation guards kind of moseying through the crowds and then make their way out. And you do see the tavern owner. You know, she's just laying drinks down, pouring some morning juices, some orange juice, you know, all that good stuff around for everybody to drink and take part in. You do see a couple more guards set up, and it's just a busy morning in this tavern as you all sit down and finally converse after such a long ordeal. And just before anybody says anything, through the crowds, one particular individual, very gray hair elf woman, wearing all these beautiful sways of colors, of silks, and all that, gestures or taps Anaru on the shoulder. And Anaru looks back at her and he says, yes, can we help you? And she whispers in his ear. And then she looks at all you and gives you a wink. And Anaru looks back at you all and says, I'm sorry, I seem to have some work to do. If you excuse me. I'll meet up with you later on in the evening. Here. Is that okay?
Let us know if you run into any trouble. We'll be there as soon as we can.
He says, thank you, everyone. And Kimi, I'm glad you're all right. And he stands up and begins to leave.
Do you think he'll be cross with us if we go kill an assassin lord today without him?
Maybe we should go to the temple first, because I really need to go there. My professor told me that there's people there that can help us.
And not to mention that they do have to get some equipment before just dawdling down to the pits.
So I don't want to relive disgusting feeling I had yesterday.
Dare I ask what kind of equipment you would need, Sebastian?
That's the equipment that the Federation floozy told us to get.
Oh.
They all wore it. Didn't you see when they came in? Freaking burned everything.
Are we expecting the assassin lord to turn into a goo monster?
I don't know. I don't expect a bunch of thugs to be like, "Oh, we're here to kidnap Kimi. Oh, oopsies, black goo," and then whatever gods was that thing.
Yeah, like Maris, and Kimi kind of lowers her voice so only the people at the table hear us. You know, you did give that goo, mysterious goo, to the Federation, and that stuff is really dangerous. What if they use it as a weapon?
Yes, Kimmy, I'm already considering that possibility. And that's why, Sebastian, at some point today, I would like to speak with you behind closed doors about the rest of the ones I have, and the one I recovered back from Anaru.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could split up. I feel like being in a big group right now is not the best idea, considering that people are trying to kidnap me. And also, you know, Miyoko, I was thinking if you could help me after everything that's happened. I was thinking I should probably go into more disguise and be less obvious.
You want me to disguise you?
I mean, you've been in hiding for so long, and I figure you would be the best person to know, like, how to stay hidden.
I mean, those two have been hiding a lot longer than I have. I think you just need a gimp suit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you and Laka could help me.
Oh,
I
shopping.
I had I had you all help me, so I do not see how I could be of much assistance, Kimmy.
Well, I guess I could do it on my own.
Well, I will not leave you on your own.
Sebastian, don't you have a thing for like disguising people?
Well, I was
Yeah.
thinking something more permanent, like maybe I should dye my hair. Or... I don't know.
I mean, I could take a razor and we could just nuke it. Just nobody would know then.
Like combs her hair, like, aw.
Bald is beautiful.
Well, it was an idea at least.
You can go get you a face tattoo or something. I don't know what you're going for, but
The big old tribal one, just right here.
that's it.
I don't know about that permanent.
The old Mike Tyson.
The who?
Oh, he's my favorite Warforged.
Kimmy, I think you're onto something with the dyeing your hair, but I also think we shouldn't split up. The city has eyes everywhere. The moment we split up, that'd be the easiest catch. Us.
Well, I do think we need to be better about staying hidden, and that was partly my fault. If my dad is in trouble and people want to kidnap me, I should probably keep it on the down low that I'm his daughter.
Listen, as long as we stick to the buddy system, we should be okay.
That's fair.
So I can go as Kimi, Mars can go with Lilpa, Sebastian can go as the bird.
Seems fair.
I don't think we should split up, but we are. Why don't we do? You know, this is very unfortunate that Naru had to step away. I never realized how much of an even pair we were. I think first things first, we go get the supplies, go to the temple, and then decide what we do from there.
I'm fine with that.
I guess so.
Lilpa, how do you feel? Sebastian?
Olpa just like nods and trying to figure out what is a floozy, but she's not saying it out loud.
Sebastian?
But I mean, I'm fine with whatever. I just need to. My priority is getting that equipment because I'm gonna take some time to tinker with it so it doesn't look so Federation.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna dull it down and see if there's even anything I can do to enhance it before we go.
Maris is going to dig in his bag, pulls out the cloak, and I'm gonna put the hood up, Michael. Just in case.
Okay.
Put it.
So yeah, as Maris pulls that cloak over them, you can see like parts of Maris are now kind of got this illusionary veil about him, almost translucent. You're going to see little cuts of Maris now.
Well, glad he's disguised.
All right. If there's anything else you want to do before you set out for the day, now's the time to do it. If not, we shall continue.
Before we go, can I use the disguise kit I have to try and do something to help disguise Kimi?
Of course, yeah. So I think it says here it takes 10 minutes to make a disguise that involves moderate changes to an appearance, and then 30 minutes that requires more extensive changes. And the components of a disguise kit involve cosmetics, hair dye, small props, and a few pieces of clothing. So you can, in fact, dye Kimmy's hair if she wanted to. But I think maybe that would take 30 minutes. I don't think you can probably dye hair in 10 minutes. I don't know.
Now, Kimmy, the good news is we do have hair dye. The bad news is we only have cotton candy.
I was gonna do this. I was gonna say. Once. Oops, that's the wrong thing.
I wish it took 30 minutes to dye your hair.
Right?
It's
I was like,
I-
yeah, even 30 minutes. I was like, man, that's really.
It's a ritual for me. It's just
It's
like
fantasy
I have to
hair
set
dye.
I have to set aside like 4 hours.
So you got let's do red,
Hey, if you can attack
blue,
twice within 6 seconds, you know, you could probably dye hair within 30 minutes.
green, blonde, black,
What hair color? What?
brown.
Oh, we're
Give it
doing
a
it
random hair
right.
color.
Yeah.
Give me more colors.
Oh, lavender. Can we get a lavender in there? I love lavender hair.
Lavender.
Kimmy's face. She's like, oh no.
3,
I'm good with
4,
it.
5,
I'll take
6,
a
7. I need
lavender or a dark
three more.
purple.
3 more.
Dark purple.
Lime bean.
I'd
Got
like-
candy.
I got
think-
green, so I'll replace green with lime.
I think Joe actually picked the last one out of fairness.
So I still need 3 more.
Where Drax go?
Well, there were so many colors being
S-
thrown out.
I got red, blue, lime, blonde, black, brown, lavender.
Maybe like
Her-
white, like pure white.
White. Okay.
Mm.
I am
Burgundy.
Kimmy the White.
2 more.
Burgundy.
How about a gray? Let's put a gray and a burgundy.
Gray.
Sure.
What was the last one?
Burgundy or amber or like a deep red.
The last one should be like a rainbow. You know?
Okay, so yeah. So we'll change red to amber, and then the last one just rainbow. Everything explodes.
Your stealth roll goes down by 10.
Turns out Kimmy's
Apply
one of
wheel
the
changes. Here we go. You ready?
Let's do it.
Lavender.
Oof. It's normal color. Kind of.
Lavender
I'm
is a
gonna
normal color.
Better than rainbow. Better than rainbow.
At least it's not like a saturated purple. It could like pass for like a silvery something in the right light.
Okay, well, if we're going for lavender, then we might as well just go the whole way. We're going to shave the side of your hair and give you a lip piercing.
You're Ramona Flowers.
You're going
Okay,
full goth.
Manny picks a green girl. Here we go.
You go lavender, you'll kind of match Lopa a little bit.
Kimmy comes
Oh,
out.
yeah,
I
you
multi-class
and-
into rogue.
We have too much lavender in the group. We need to redo it.
yeah, for real, yeah.
That's a complaint I've never heard about anything before.
We're gonna have to spend another 30 minutes doing this to re-dye it.
I just retcon the lavender out of there.
Okay,
Yeah, true. We need to re-roll it.
you're blonde.
Okay.
Oh.
Nah. You sure you don't want lavender?
blonde would be it's natural progression. All right.
First thing Olani's gonna say is just gonna be like, "Are you in your rebellious period right now? What's going on?"
I was really hoping for the rainbow.
Right, me too.
Just the RP, be like, and that's that.
Oh god.
So I didn't have enough color from all of them, so I kind of just took whatever's left in all these bottles and just made do.
So you're just using bleach, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I mean, well, technically, I think that's the 10-minute route where you just like just rinse it out real quick before. As soon as you tell me it starts burning, I just hit you with a bucket of water.
All right, private GM me a disguise kit roll, Sebastian.
I'm so
Oh
scared.
boy.
How do I do that? Okay, so that, And then
Everybody, look at his eyes. He'll give it away.
You could do a blind GM roll, and only I would see it.
no, I don't want that. I don't want to do that, Michael.
I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah, it looks decent. Kimmy comes out looking blonde
How long does this blonde last?
forever until until it dies out.
So like normal dye.
Yeah, normal die.
So I have to get newer, is what you're saying.
I was about
Oh,
to say,
that or find like another 30 minutes, then I can try to re-dye it back to normal.
Just go to a beauty store, get the oops, I fucked up blonde removal kit. It'll be fine. You can find it at any general store.
It's just a wand. You go punk.
It's at CVS.
At Laka Shell, they're actually having a drought on dye.
Oh no.
I mean, technically it's an ink, so you just have to find somebody with prestidigitation.
Just go swim in the ocean until you get a random encounter of octopus. You know. Just,
You go to the ocean, you go to FFM, the fish flea market. Yeah.
Uh,
We have it all there.
Timmy's gonna embrace the blonde, it's fine.
But no, lavender.
No, there's too many purple in the group.
all right. So, with a cloak put on by Maris and a new look for Kimmy, is there anything else anybody would like to do before they head out for the day? No? Okay.
Pretty much. Do my makeup like I have been.
Of course. That goes without saying. And as you are all leaving the tavern / inn, you can see just up ahead the Federation guards at the entrance, just kind of nodding along as people come by, and then suddenly they stand at attention and move to the sides. As you can see, this 3 figures come in. One of them cloaked and a wondrous white robes with flame decals all over it, and then 2 armored individuals with having these giant torches that almost look like warhammers come into the scene. Oh yes, I can sense foul corruption in here. We will have to sense any heretics. And you can definitely see that these are priests of Helios as they come forward. And the priest, flanked by his guards, sees the party coming through. Move aside, citizens. This place is in need of purging of its foul smells.
Eris is just gonna step aside.
I was gonna be like, didn't we do that last night?
I mean, the smells are still there.
We don't want to attract attention. Just let them think they are doing something productive.
I'm gonna grab Lolapa's hand and scoot this way. Be like, come along, child. We need to get out there and start the day.
Good child in a gimp suit just fucking blows my mind every time.
It's a skin condition, you sick fuck.
I-
The priests move aside and say, they kind of move forward. The guards look at the party and just kind of scoff at you as they move forward. And they go, now we need payment. He sets a big giant, pot on one of the tables. Make your donations now for blessings into this tavern. And everybody you can hear them go, ugh, all groaning. And
we do the side shuffle away from the payment.
Give me, come on.
In my defense, I'm being dragged away by my dad.
So am I.
And before you know it, you are out of there for good. Now let me see. Can I get to the map? There we go.
How to kick the party out of a building. People come in and say, "We need payment from this building."
Fastest way to do it. So, okay. The party's going to head to the Federation outpost, buy some equipment from them, and then head to the temple. Is that correct?
I think so. Where's the Federation thing?
You can see them like right on the outskirts of Quartz Bluff. They kind of just post up outside of that district.
So we just kind of go like whoop, and then whoop. I'm guessing this is the temple we're going to.
That's the temple.
All right. So just woo, got it.
Okay, so as you guys are moving, I want everybody. No, you're good. Just kidding. As you kind of walk out of Quartz Bluff, you know you can see all these wonderful white porcelain buildings just kind of shining off the bright sun with their banners of all sorts of different old world nations and kingdoms and factions just hanging off, and you can see all the nobles just moseying around, sitting in their chairs and drinking, laughing. As you finally pass through all of Quartz Bluff, back on the outskirts again, you can see the hills, the rolling hills, just kind of slopes down into the Ateron Spas settlement, and towards the south, or to the left of y'all, you can see the great expanse that is the Snake's Vice district below the cliffs and all of its desolation. And beyond that, you can see the giant towering factory that is constantly roaring fire and smoke, and constant ships going in and out of it. And past the spas, you can see the academy, the Arcana halls, and towering above the Arcana halls, you can definitely see the Temple of Laka, where you hope to go to next after this little interaction with the Federation. And as you're kind of going to this like manufactured post, you know, steel compound, it's like 2 stories high, that kind of sits on the outside of Quartz Bluff, with little watchtowers all around it, and a few Federation guards on standby. A few of them looking in your direction as you're approaching, and they kind of hoist their guns up and aim it towards you. They call out probably about 40 feet away, and they say, "Stop! Why are you approaching Federation compound? Alert your attentions
Push Mars
now!"
forward. Yeah.
We were sent here to procure some equipment. My name is Maris. I am working on behalf of the Federation at the moment, and I need to go into Snake's Vice, but we need proper equipment before we go in.
2 of the guards look at each other. The officer here would like to speak with you if you're going to head into Snake's Vice, and you have contacts with the Federation.
Oh,
We'll send him out here. Hold. And one of the guards goes inside, and what comes out is a half-orc, wearing glasses, hair combed back in a ponytail, wearing officer garb for Federation. You know, the deep blue and gold trim, the few medals on him, and comes strutting out, looking off at Snake's Vice, and then eventually turns to the party and says, I can get you your equipment. It won't cost you too much. About 15 gold per equipment per person. Is that suitable?
That is fine.
Now, you have worked with Federation before, have you not?
We have, tentatively.
And would you be, we have seen adventurers come in and out of Quartz Bluff and Snake's Vice, and if you are brave enough to venture into Snake's Vice and handle what is necessary there, well, we wouldn't be opposed with you being sponsored by us to enter the tournament. Would that be something you would be against?
That would be something we'd have to consider. We have a few offers on the table, and we need to weigh our options. I hope you understand.
And he kind of drops to a whisper and says, honestly, it's very hard to find adventurers that openly support the Federation now. And if you were to do this, well, you would gain a lot of Federation support. I even hear the President herself will be attending the tournament. And if you would pay her honor, I even hear that they will grant a Federation-approved ship for those that are endorsed by us. And then he kind of puts his head back up and looks off. Well, anyway, I'll get you equipment if you could hand me the money.
Take out. Well, one, I'll turn to the group and confirm that is so fine with you all that we paid that amount.
I mean, it seems reasonable. I mean, for what we're paying and what it can prevent from happening.
If 15 gold means I never have to smell one of those creatures again, I will happily pay it.
It's better safe than sorry.
I will turn around and give him 90 gold so I can get a set for Mario as well.
Okay. And he counts the gold for a little while and then looks back at the guards and say, grab the stuff, hurry. And a couple minutes later, comes back with little tiny briefcases and these tanks in other hands. And one by one, he gives to the party. And you can see it's like a tank, like a little coil, or like an oxygen tube. And then in the case, you can see like it's a mask, goggles, the whole setup, face coverings. And he says, there are set points in Snake's Vice, Federation controlled, that can resupply you with oxygen required. But they should sustain you every couple of attacks by, well, you know. Though I would advise, do not set off anything near when this is on. Ablaze. If you catch my drift.
Understood. Well, before we leave, do you have any idea where we might see the most action in Snake's Vice, or where we should be the most careful?
Definitely the pits, assassin lords. But say what you will about the creatures that inhabit the housing buildings all across Snake's Vice. They're easy to predict, easy to contain. But the pits, the assassin lords that frequent there, they're the ones that are unpredictable.
Good to know. Thank you.
And he gives a nod and says, "Well, consider what I proposed to you. And if you do change your mind, head to the Duke's Landing. The commander there of Laka Shell Federation forces would love to hear your commitment to the cause."
Understood. I'll nod my head and start walking away, I guess.
Okay.
Can I look at the the gear that they gave us?
Yeah. Do an investigation check.
We've had it for 30 seconds and he's already going to start modifying it.
Like you with Skyrim.
I mean, this looks pretty standard. You can't really see anything out of the ordinary. Everything looks attached and secured. Like you looked really into it, but you can't really see anything currently that you can modify. It'll take some time to look at.
Is there like, there's nothing blatantly saying like Federation?
You can see really nothing like that.
Okay. That was my main concern, is the alternate, if it was like Federation colors or insignia.
No, it's all bronze. That's what you can see. Okay. And with that, the party has 2 ways of getting to Temple of Laka. You can head straight past Ateron Spas through the Arcana Halls to the Temple of Laka, or you can go down the Snake's Vice and cross the river towards Crater's Bell towards Temple of Laka. 2 wonderful options, 2 wonderfully equal options. But,
I believe the temple is our next destination, if I'm correct.
Yep.
That is correct.
all right. So, 1 moment. So you're just walking through these plain areas. If you guys want to have some talks with each other as you make your way across the Aterian Spas through the Arcana Halls, you can until we get to the temple.
Michael, can I keep a lookout for like anybody paying attention to us? Anybody on the horizon, like, any suspicious suspects?
Of course, roll for perception.
Oh, for sus.
Keep a lookout for any shops that would sell magical stuffs.
16.
Okay. You do notice that there's quite a bit of Federation forces here. It's a very secure place. It's definitely not like Snake's Vice. You do see a couple more bases around Aterion Spas. And up top at Duke's Landing, there definitely is like a steel wall that they had crafted. And there are towers that have these kind of spotlights, which you notice, but they're not on right now because it's morning time. And but you can definitely see that this has been a very fortified position. And as you look down too, you can see Snake's Vice, and you can see parts of it were just craters, like small little bombs that have been set off. Buildings look, caved in. And yeah, man, you remember this place very well. Like, all this looks quite familiar. Like 3 years ago, this place was much more fortified than it was. And you remember all of Snake's Vice being heavily fortified. Like, it looks completely different than it did a couple years ago. And
So,
you, mhm.
like just really run down and it's shoveled in chaos.
Yeah, it's like a no man's land equivalent. Like you have seen it in better days. And as you kind of go through the Arcana halls, you can see these illustrious domed buildings. And you can see inside the domes themselves, there's like swirling essence just kind of flowing through it. And even though it's kind of walled off buildings, you can see the occasional sparks of magic just kind of flying off. And lots of scholarly looking folks, casters, alchemist. You could see a few people working outside in this kind of like factory, or not really a factory, but kind of like a workshop equivalent, with tracks and everything. Just all sorts of various thinkers and like-minded people just working. And you can see the biggest domed building. It goes up 3 stories, has this great staircase, and lots of people are just going in and out of there. And everybody roll a history check.
I have a question, really quick, DM.
Go ahead.
How does this place compare to Kimi's college?
Well, as you can see, it definitely isn't as big as the College of Sea, that's for sure. Because that's like a vast, almost a city unto itself. But so yeah, definitely not on par. But it has been a rival in terms of discoveries and technologies and stuff like that. And so yeah, basically Kimi, Miras, and Miyoko, you do know that it was really hard for the Academy to return to its glory days after the war that happened, the Battle of Wartum. And however, though, a lot of it was saved. It wasn't a lot of it wasn't really affected by the battle. However, just the kind of embargo, that the armies around the Laka shell basically starved them of new discoveries or information, and that kind of led to the Academy going downhill for quite a while. Yeah, but it is a wondrous sight. But the College of Zero has its own wonderful charm, and it doesn't have. And the College of Zero has these kind of lush fields that goes on for nearly miles on end. This one's much more contained, but it kind of builds up.
Is this Arcana Halls you're talking about?
Yes.
I've never been to the Bard College, so I'm assuming that, in comparison, this might look like a ramshackle house for you.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I always pictured it being so much bigger than this.
It used to be better, that's for sure. It's very clear to see that this part of this continent has not been taken care of very well since the war.
I don't know. They both look the same to me.
Well, Kimi, since you know who we're supposed to meet, and I think it's probably the best that you lead the way and we follow. Feel very out of place here.
Well, I don't know where the temple is. I've never been here, so I guess just head towards the temple. And I'm not really sure who I'm supposed to talk to in there. He just said to go there and they will help. So, yeah.
As you're all talking, you can hear a couple of people like chuckle and laugh to each other, And as you turn around, you could see these academy students wearing their white and purple trim robes as they look over and see Kimi, and they go, "You hear this one? They insult our academy right inside our Arcana halls. Speak up. What say you? You look like you're one from the college."
I didn't say anything. I was just saying that, you know, it's kind of small and you probably need some more funding. But, like, I hope the best for you guys.
That we need more funding? It's not our fault that we suffered through an entire war while your college sat on the sidelines, not taking a side.
Like, we don't mean any trouble, so we're sorry. We'll just be on our way now.
Oh, no. And they step forward, and you could see, like, it's a group of, like, 5 or so. And they're like, "We demand respect here in the academy. The Arcana Halls is a sacred place full of knowledge and dedication and history."
I'm sure you have a lot of that, and like I said, I don't want any trouble, so sorry if I said anything that was rude.
One of them scoffs and says, "They're probably Republic spies if we didn't know any better." And go ahead. And the one in the middle kind of crosses his arms and looks at the entourage with Kimi and says, "Well, you could just turn around right now. I'm not going to let you walk any more in these halls until you apologize for this insult."
She did apologize.
No, I mean from all of you.
You can have my respect when you get a better building.
See? I knew it, brothers.
And a better attitude.
How dare.
All you college floozies are the same.
Look, like I said, we don't mean any harm, and we're just gonna pass through, and I want to do command.
We're just gonna pass through.
Get the fuck out of my way.
So, which one are you doing? You doing approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt?
It doesn't have to be right there.
Hmm?
Those are just examples.
Oh,
That you might issue
some
a command
typical commands.
other than one described here.
Okay.
I would just say,
So you don't have to use any of those. So you can use
I
your
know,
own.
I'm trying to think.
I think it's like 1 or 2 actions, like very minor.
Gotta make a
Can I
text
say-
document of
can I only
Kimmy's
say-
commands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I only say one word?
No, you make like a sentence and then you emphasize the word. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Okay,
how
I'll
about
say-
you stop?
Okay,
Yeah.
she's gonna, like she said, she was like, look, we don't mean any trouble, so we're gonna just pass through, and if you don't mind, could you move aside?
Hmm. And it kind of, you hear the little shockwave for the echoing of it. Yeah, moo. And the person just kind of like raises the eyebrow, wondering what's happening, and then they gotta beat a 16. But saving throw. I don't know, wisdom saving throw. Okay. The person just nods at you and says, "How rude of me," and walk walks off. The other 4 bards just look at person and look back at you. Did she just cast a spell on him?
We would never do that.
I was just saying, I'm sorry if we're not trying to cause any trouble. We just need to get by.
The 4 bards draw the rapiers. Shh.
Listen, unless you're College of the Blades, I'm gonna. It's gonna go real quick.
If you don't mind, I'd rather not get into a fight. I have fellow Talons of King monks here, and they are very interested in your college, maybe lending it some money. And it'd be sad if they find out that I've had to hurt a few of you.
You hear this one? They say he can hurt us. I'm guard.
I just want to take the staff. I'm not gonna hurt them or anything. I'm just gonna like tap the staff to the ground, and right in front of me, ice will just like come up right in front of me like knives, using what is it called? One of the ability of the staff. Oh wait, I can only make water. I'll just make a fume of water, just a pillar of water come up and then go away. I'm just trying to intimidate them.
Okay. Do an intimidation.
Great water to intimidate.
Behold, I'll get you bathed.
Listen, this is 12. I wasn't expecting much.
They're Hydra homies.
That fool, that only makes us stronger. 1 second. Oh my god, they look at that delay. It's actually a Teller the Cade monk, run! Y'all just start sparse. Ah!
I look back at the group. I really did not think that was going to work. But being honest with you.
Kimmy's just like head in her hands, like, I don't want, like, we're supposed to not draw attention. All we're doing is drawing attention.
We didn't draw any attention. They drew attention.
They just were being jerks.
Those guys were just really weird.
Hey,
And
look at
apparently hydrophobic.
I mean, I'm fairly certain, like, off the way that they were just, they'd probably been sitting there for the whole week just waiting because they got nothing else to do, and they're just like, wait for it. Someone's gonna come in here and say the one thing. I'm like, ha ha, we got you. And it's like, oh,
I told
good
you
job.
guys, it paid off.
Bunch of
Kimmy.
bullies, if you ask me.
Can we think about it this way? I wouldn't have hurt them, but if Sebastian would have pulled out that gun, or if Hanaru was here, we probably would have really caused some attention.
Okay, I'm just gonna head towards the temple now.
I wasn't gonna waste a bullet on one of them. They
They really should
they
have
get
just.
they get the normal pew pew, not the big bang.
We should have just let it up and eat one.
I do not want indigestion.
You know what indigestion is, but doesn't know what a floozy.
I thought it sounded cool.
Floozies do cause indigestion.
You'll
Upset
have to explain
stomach,
it to me
floozy.
later.
Okay, so as you finally leave the Arcana Halls, you kind of look back and see its towering dome building kind of shining off the sun. Little sparks of magic flying off in the air. As you turn back, and you could see like hundreds of little tents spread out before the temple itself, the giant pyramid. The few little buildings right next to it. And as you kind of walk closer and closer, you can see through the tents that there are these people kind of working on, you see some people working on leathering, some people kind of working, have like a anvil working on some stuff, and just all sorts of little bits and baubles. And occasionally you do see some people kind of laying their heads down and doing a sort of prayer. And as you kind of get closer and closer to the temple itself proper, you could see like there are staircases that are engraved on the sides of this pyramid that kind of circle around towards the top of it. And you can see at the bottom people are like hauling this kind of equipment in their backpacks and kind of packing them up and starting to move their way up the pyramid. And you get closer to these buildings too, and you can see little shop signs and people going inside and coming out with equipment and items. And you eventually spot the lower entrance of this temple with little scones in a dark tunnel that's not very lit, but you see a priest that is kind of waving people in, wearing this kind of like this kind of brown hood and robes. Yeah, that's what you see.
Well, since there's a bunch of shops here, and I know that Miyoko said they wanted to shop, and Sebastian, maybe we could shop for some things first.
We should probably take care of the healing first and then the shopping afterwards. We don't know how much it will cost.
What? The healing for what?
I don't know. What does Malice have?
It was
Isn't
healed
he
already.
sick?
Yeah, he was already healed.
Ah, well then we're good.
Before Miyoko had her coffee, it's okay.
I'm gonna shop, so.
Can I kind of walk around? Because there's a bunch of tents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I kind of walk around like subtly as best as I can to like passerbys or like shopkeepers and say like trigger words for thieves' cants and just be like, "Bomba Pitona." Just to see if anybody like goes like, "Oh, Bomba Pitona."
Baba booey, baba booey.
Baba Booey.
Like, we got a winner.
You do not get that reaction as you go through the tents. Yeah, everybody just kind of like hears that, but they just kind of resume their craft.
Okay, I would only do it a couple times, and after probably like the third or fourth, like no, it's just no, not up here. Okay. I would like to look for like raw materials that I would need to fabricate things, like if anybody's selling that or if anybody knows where I can get that here in like a shell.
Okay. You do ask, and a person in the tent, you can see they tell you straight up like, well, this is the perfect place to acquire materials. Right here next to the church, there are little stores that sell materials. Laka the Laka priests pride themselves on providing materials to would-be artisans of the worlds. So you can find anything you want to build whatever you need here.
That's good to know.
And you can see like at the back of these shops that they just have like an exorbitant supplies there, like just of raw goods, of just leathers or cloths, and every kind of store has their kind of particular set of like raw materials that they have.
I would like to get enough to fabricate. I need enough metal, I think is what I need to fabricate nunchucks.
God.
And Would I know what's needed to make more ammo for the big boom boom?
The big boom boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what they call it, going to the bathroom.
No.
So you're wanting to make the gun?
Well, I need to make more rounds for the
Um,
gun because it only
okay.
came with so
You're
many.
talking about a bomb.
I mean, I could, but
Mhm.
I doubt you guys would be fine with me just walking around a freaking a bomb on
Rocket
me.
launcher, rocket launcher.
What they when you ask around before we do that, Kimmy, what would you like to do?
Can I kind of split off from the group a little bit and try to find like a costume shop?
You do find the materials for a said costume. Like you find out that
I mean,
A
like
lot
there's not like a tailor or
yeah. You do find them not in the store, the buildings themselves, but you do find in the tents. Like you find a person that is selling like well, not selling, but they are like sewing clothes together, and they look at you. It's a young gnome. The bright features, just kind of looks at you and smiles and says, "I was going to offer this to Laka, but you'll feel free to buy it off me. I wouldn't mind."
oh, no, you go ahead and give that to Laka. I'm actually interested in something else. A couple of things. I was wondering if maybe you had some wigs.
Well, not me, but that Kinko over there. I think they sell that. You just go through so many shopkeepers in these tents, just selling all sorts of bits and baubles and trinkets, and you eventually find somebody that specializes in wigs. And
Oh, I also had one more thing.
okay,
I'm also looking for maybe something like put in my eyes so they're a different color.
As you went to the Kinku with the wigs, they look at you and they say, that sounds like magic."
Surely there's like, I don't know, some kind of like gelatin like material that you just put like right on your eyeball and it could like change the color, but without magic.
Preposterous. Never heard of such a thing.
Well, back to the drawing board. Anyway, what kind of wigs do you got?
All sorts, and she just starts like going through her catalog of various wigs. She says, "I am hoping Laka will wear at least one of them."
I like that black one there. It's nice and long and kind of cute.
Mhm.
Better than this blonde hair. No offense to Sebastian.
Kind of a big target with the blonde. Meep meep.
Toby, is that sticker ready? Can I slap it in chat somewhere?
Oh yeah, it's there. Go ahead.
And if you want to see even more stickers, join our Discord.
Be really cool if you could put it Twitch. Make it a
We
emote.
could. Coming soon.
Technology. Yeah, she just asked for like 50 silver for
50?
premium. 50 silver.
What is steel? Here's a
I know.
gold piece.
Says you're wonderful.
It's really nice quality. Is this real hair?
It's from donations from people from the wall.
Don't cause a scene. Here's a gold piece.
Look, I'm not good with math, okay? And that's just rather. Okay, I'm gonna put the wig on, okay? And then I'm also for temporary sake, prestidigitation to make my eyeballs blue.
Okay. There you go.
And then
And
I'm
she
just gonna sneak up on the oh, sorry.
You're good. You go ahead.
I was like, I'm just gonna sneak up behind everybody in my group and not say anything.
Do a deception check. See how good Kimmy can blend in.
She's a bard, so she gets about plus 30 to that, I think.
10.
Yeah, Kimmy does not sell it very well when it becomes very
just-
obvious.
She's just too innocent and sweet.
I could be mean.
Kimmy, you cannot get rid of your smell.
Yeah, maybe I should get some perfume too.
Oh, please do not.
So you do you ask around Sebastian for a little while, and one of the shopkeepers that are in one of the stores themselves tells you that well, to manufacture such things, because you're just showing them the rounds, not the actual gun itself.
Oh no. I
Yes.
kind of like, hey, so I found this thing. I really want to make more of these. I just not talk about the actual gun itself.
Well, to get a good supply of it, you would have to gain favor with the temple. They usually keep all the jewel donations and such, but they could supply you with it if you earn favor from them.
Oh, so it's basically jewels that.
It
is the
seems like
main-
this. Yeah, it seems like this is made from a crystal of some sorts.
Hmm.
I just don't see how they would have gotten it to such a thin disc-like shape.
Do you happen to know what type of jewel?
Couldn't really tell you. I think the priests, though, they would know more.
Hey. What about metal?
Metals, we do have metals, yes. What kind of metals are you looking for?
I need enough.
Yeah, adamantium, yeah, brass, bronze, copper.
No, not brass. I need something that can be malleable once I heat it up to bend it, and then will solidify very, very hard. I need to make two rods, but I probably need to make a couple of those for trial and error. But they need to withstand perpetual friction and hitting, kind of like what you use to make like hammers and stuff like that.
We could, there's mithril and platinum. Adamantium. Those are quite expensive, though, if you have the money. Though electrum could possibly be your next bet, but per pound it's 25 gold.
For the electrum.
I mean, gold naturally per pound it goes for 50.
And you said you had mithril, adamantium. And what was the other one?
Mithril, adamantium, and platinum.
Platinum. What's the price on mithril?
Mithril per pound is 2,500. And the guy looks at you. However, earning favor with the temple, they could offer you a discount.
I'm gonna lean him close to him and be like, "So this is like the second stall I went to, and Is this like one of those things like you need to get the card and then you keep buying the things and then like the seventh time around, like with the whole punch thing, you get something for free?
Well, you see, the Temple of Laka, we have seen what this kind of metals are done in the wrong hands. And so we don't lend it out willingly to just anybody.
Oh, okay. It's more of a vetting thing. It's not a commerce thing.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
that also too, the Laka is a god of artisans and people of such craftsmanship.
Gotcha. What type of thing does the temple favor? Like what types of acts or deeds?
Well, I wouldn't say Laka is inherently as good as Hakia, but we do value order and stability. And we do appreciate good craftsmanship. That does earn a lot of good favor. And if you can show us that you have in fact crafted something of your own will, that earns favor from Laka. Donating some of your work to the great fire above Laka's offering. That's always a good sign. That you're not just in it for your self-interest.
All right. Well, I appreciate your transparency, and let me poke around the market some more, and maybe before we head out, after I pop my head inside, and maybe we can strike up a deal.
He nods at you and says, "Well, I'm always here." And as the party finally converges on the outskirts of the Temple of Laka, we're going to take our first 15-minute break. So we'll come back after 15 and we'll see you then, okay?
Please.
Hello, welcome back to part 2 of session 2.4. Our party have finally arrived to the Temple of Laka after a meeting with the Federation once again and an encounter with some very nasty bards at the Academy. And now they're here to get some supplies, get some materials, and finally go inside and talk to the priest of Laka. And you're all finally converging near the entrance. You can see the priest waiting, letting people in. Do you guys say anything? You guys talk to each other before you go in, or you just go straight in?
We should be careful of what information we give out until we know if we can trust them fully.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more
can
time?
you repeat that again?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, fine. I was saying that we should probably keep certain information away from whoever we talk to in there until we know we can trust them fully. I understand that you trust your college and your class that can be still hesitant. You don't know who sent those mercenaries after us.
Well, I understand that some of the professors now can't be trusted, but I know Hornsby, and if he says that these people are good, then they're good. And I think us, constantly waving around Federation isn't good for us either, because I just feel like either way we're attracting attention. But you're right, Maris. I'll try not to say too much. I won't say who I am, but I will say I'm part of the Bard College. and see where that goes.
All right. And so you enter a long, dark tunnel that eventually opens up into this wide open room with large pillars that you can see are heavily inscribed with all sorts of beautiful artistic designs. And in the center of it too, in this large rectangular room, you could see that there is a giant statue of a tortoise. That on top of it, you could see that there is actually like a literal garden on top of it, of actual vegetation and trees. And there's like staircases that lead down from it that you see people going up onto the top of this tortoise to kind of sit there and meditate, so to speak. And you can see a couple of the priests just kind of walking around, talking to each other, and one of them walks their way up to you, and you can see that they are a tiefling. This one is a deep blue tiefling. You could see has markings on their cheeks and kind of gills on their neck, and has bright green eyes. Looks at you and smiles. Says, "Hello, what can I do for you here at the Temple of Laka?"
Hi, I would like to speak with whoever's in charge.
Well, none of us are really in charge here, but I guess you could say that I do orchestrate a lot of the events that transpire here in the temple.
Nice to meet you. I'm Camilla. And I was sent here by my professor, Professor Hornsby, to be exact, and they said that you could possibly help us. See, the college in Zira, it's being threatened right now, and there are certain alumni.
She stops you and says, "Say no more, please. Follow me to the garden."
Okay, can they come with me?
Of course, yes. If you trust them.
Oh, I trust them wholeheartedly.
And she leads you up to the stairs. You could see that this entire tortoise is just a shining of rare materials. It's made of beautiful, like craftsmanship. And finally, you can see where it kind of cuts off, and all this vegetation starts to take place in the tall trees. And you can see all these trees too are different types from different parts of the land, or different regions and hemispheres. And she says, Laka is said to be the entirety of the earth. I'm sure you've heard a theory of this, that the land masses are all part of the giant mass that is Laka herself. And with the thanks of our clerics here, we were able to bring a little bit of everywhere here at the center of Laka's worship. And she kind of gets further and further in, and there's less lighting. And you can see that the temple only has a few lights, and you kind of get further into all these trees and all the kind of foliage, and there's not a lot of light piercing. And she turns to you, can see her eyes kind of like glow, and she flicks her hand, and a little light globe appears, and it spreads out into 4 places. and shines like a soft orange light on the group of y'all. She says, "The College of Zira, however, different deity. We have recognized that Zira and Laka have both shared in the makings of civilization. With Zira crafting the stories and Laka providing the land, there is a wonderful balance. And the temple here has had good connections with the college. And Mr. Hornsby is a good friend of mine."
A good friend of Hornsby's is a good friend of mine too.
And she looks over at you and says, "You must be Kimi. Is that true?"
She like torts eyes at the rest of the group, like
You are the half-elf he spoke of, and you're the only half-elf that spoke to me of Hornsby. So, though you don't match the description.
Well, you see, I'm kind of being hunted down right now, and I'm in a disguise. I'm not really good at lying, so I'm still practicing.
Well, the look looks great on you. And she smiles. And then
Thank you. I was blonde a minute ago.
sex. Deadpan. She nods and crosses her arms and unveils her hood, and you can see like her long, like red hair kind of flowing down, and she kind of like strokes her hair as she sits down on the grass, and she looks at all you and says, "Please take a seat. We'll need to discuss things."
I want to.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say okay.
I want to specifically sit closer towards the door.
There is no door. You're basically in a giant, wide, giant room. Like, it spans like several, like probably like almost 100 feet out. And in the center of this room, there is a tortoise statue that is a giant tortoise statue, and on top of that statue is like a grove. And inside that grove is where you are at.
Okay.
And the grove is like a mixture of like different foliage from different parts of the world.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
there's like winter plants, there's summer plants, all sorts of beautiful flowers and trees.
In that case, Maris is gonna be too busy looking.
I will remain standing, but thank you.
Kimmy goes ahead and says,
Yeah, Lobo would sit next to Kimmy.
So, tell me, Hornsby has told me a little bit about the dealings in Zeratin's Gate, the political fiasco of losing an elder on the council.
Before we talk further, I do want to say that I am being watched right now, and I don't know how to turn it off.
She says, she stands up and walks over to Kimmy. "May I?" And she holds out a wand.
Is it gonna hurt?
It may hurt the person that's watching you.
I'm doing it for the college, so.
And and she has like a little necklace with a rock attached to it, and it's got a few little shining, glittering of like crystals in it. And she clutches it, and she closes her eyes, and speak and mutter some words to herself. And the wand just kind of turns into this. It kind of molds over into this like kind of rocky, like aura spinning like rocks, and then a little light at the end of it kind of shines, a dimly bright, like kind of yellow, and she taps your chest, and you almost feel like you're getting lifted up, but the feeling dissipates quickly after, and you feel at ease. And she puts the wand away and unclutches her necklace, and she looks at you and says, that should do it.
Like, forever?
I mean, if you can, it will take some time. Whoever was watching you with a scry spell will probably need to acquire more materials from you, new ones. So I would probably see if you drop any hair follicles or something on your journey.
But he's not watching anymore. Like, he's like for good. I mean, like, the spell's gone. Oh, what a relief.
Well, they will know. So I sincerely hope it's no one too powerful.
Thank you for doing that. I just don't want people to get into trouble, and I knew that if they kept watching and they saw something they didn't like, then they would assume the worst, especially of my friends.
Well, you're safe here. Temple of Laka has powerful clerics and paladins ready to serve those that are in need of assistance.
Well, I guess we could just lay it all out there, right?
Time for Lilliput to be Lilliput. Takes everything. No, I'm joking.
Get naked.
I become the floozy.
Well, first off, since you know Hornsby so well, do you know if he's on the right side? Because it seems like there's a lot of shady things going on, and I don't know who to trust, and I want to trust Hornsby with all my heart, but I'm also scared.
By the right side? What side do you think is right, and which side do you think is wrong?
She like looks around at all her friends, and she just goes, "Well, that's a good question." I just know that the Federation are against some of my friends here, and I know that's wrong, you know. And whoever is trying to get into the college and do wrong things with the college, I know that's wrong.
Would you say, have you spoke with the Republic any? Learned of their ways?
Not really, no. We've mostly just been messing with Federation things. Not in a bad way. We're not doing anything bad.
It's fine. We're very, we try to be independent, you know. It's unfortunate that we are occupied by Federation forces, but we know our limits. We try not to make too many stances on the current climate.
Well, since you already know who I am and everything, my father, I think he's in trouble, but I don't know how to help him.
Well, if Hornsby is any good knowledge on your father, it seems like he could handle himself for the most part. A very powerful bardcaster, if I recall.
Well, I'm not like Hornsby didn't really give me many instructions. He kind of just said to come here and that he would come to me, and we kind of have a lot of things we gotta do. So, yeah.
Well, you can stay here. That's my favor for Hornsby. If you wish to find some place to rest here, we will offer you a room. And I'll contact Hornsby to let you know that you're here. And I don't know your intentions in this town, this city, but you can earn favor with the temple, and we can provide resources necessary to aid you in your.
I think that sounds like a great idea. We really appreciate that. It's nice having a place that isn't gonna stab you in the back any second.
She has
Hesitation.
As she says that, can I pretend to sneeze and go, Bumble Killer? Just to see if the lady like reacts at all to these can't.
She looks at you and says, "Bless you, Laka, bless you."
Thank you, ma'am.
Why do you keep saying where is the toilet in Steve's Cant?
Shush, shush. I know what I'm doing.
She crosses arms again and well, you're free to frequent the temple. However, if you are to earn favor with the Temple of Laka, we do have a few opportunities if you would like to pursue them.
Also, if we'd help you out, is there any way that maybe the temple could sponsor us in the tournament?
She like perks up and smiles like, "You're gonna enter the tournament."
I think, well, my dad kind of, in a code word kind of way, said that we need to enter the tournament, so...
Well, we would love to have benefactors that represent the temple. We would love to sponsor you. I mean, of course, we would need you to prove your worth to the temple first, but we won't make it too hard.
Well, this is perfect, right, Maris? Like, this is way better than murdering people, right?
She's like, excuse me?
Exactly, see?
She meant like compared to what we saw going on in the pits, where there was obviously erroneous behavior going on down there, and we don't want to get mixed up with that riffraff, do we?
Yeah, and
Well,
assassinations.
She speaks of the fact that I am a town of King Monk, and we are all about life and death and the balance of either option. I just
Yeah, I understand your order, Monk, and we have seen a few of your order frequent this city. We hope that you do not follow the same sentiments as your brothers and sisters.
Have you seen a taller red monk by any chance?
We don't bother to give those Talon members a second glance. We were kind of worried why you were here in the first place.
He's all about life, trust me. Like, the death stuff, that's, like, way lower on the tier than the life stuff, right, Maris?
Life is a balance, Kimi.
Hmm.
But if you do not mind, can you keep an eye out for the monks? I am different than them, but I need to know who might be skulking about.
If you wish to see them, they believe they're in the Duke's Landing, meeting with the Federation.
Well, I'm definitely willing to help you all. What is it that you needed us to help with?
Well, we have a few opportunities. Beyond the city, in the canyons of the island, there are clans of giants that have been rebelling and raiding against the city's trade routes. And we would like a peace to be brokered with the giants.
I like peace. I could totally talk to some giants. I've talked to so many different sizes of creatures, just so you know.
She says, we do not want their deaths. Federation would say otherwise, that they would not mind seeing the entire clans of the Vordai exterminated. We would like for them to see a deal between the city and their clans. So if you can bring about peace in that way, or just, we're not asking you to broker a deal with the entire clan conglomerate, but a few clans here and there, just to prove your worth, that you can reach a peaceful solution that would earn our favor.
I mean, we could give it a shot. Although we do have one other party member with us, but he had to go help a friend, so I think maybe we should meet up with him first before we make an official deal. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna help you guys.
Of course. And there are also some other opportunities you can. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of Snake's Vice. You've seen it.
Yeah.
We would like for the district to be taken back. This is a more of a risky investment on your sakes, but clearing out the buildings of those creatures and helping the people move back into their homes would be a great benefit to the order of the city.
That sounds like a really tall order. I mean, we only have like a couple of days before the tournament, and changing an entire area is a lot.
Oh, no, not the entire district. Just a few of them. Just the stories of your heroism would prove enough. And while the tournament is on the 1st, you only need to sign up. Usually your match occurs within the next few days or so. It's a weekly event. Takes over the whole week.
When it comes to the tournament, do you know what kind of bouts and activities there will be?
Well, I know the biggest event is Steam Bowl. That's usually the one that pays the most. 6-man entryway.
How convenient.
Actually, need a +1, and Larrick's the only guy for the job.
Take a Naru's shadow, please.
Larrick in a Space Jam uniform, like, guys, I'm ready. And they're like, no, we're gonna pick the ghost. Seas of jams.
Gonna
Dude.
see jam.
I'm so excited for Michael Jordan to be our guest star next week.
A shot
With
of
Bugs
Michael's
Bunny.
secret stuff.
You know what they say, if you can dodge a barrage of arrows, you can dodge a space ball.
It's steam ball.
Space
Oh.
ball.
I don't like to be corrected.
So the priest nods, hearing all the banter, and says, well, think about what I said. Though if you happen to want a different benefactor, the Academy and the Guild of Blades is also offering their endorsements.
Thank you. I think we'll take the night to think it over and meet up with her.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I was advised that you would have certain stipulations to arrange acquisition of materials.
We can do this. That would require at least completion of the tournament, giving thanks to Laka when you have the stage. Or I would say probably brokering at least more than 5 clans to peace deal. It just really depends on how much of the materials you're asking for. We do have quite a bit of rare.
I would be looking to get as much materials as you're willing to part with. I was also told that it might be beneficiary to show my my craftsmanship.
Oh, another artisan. You're welcome here in the temple. Anything you can forge does grant favor with the temple, and if you can show us that it was of your design, and you can offer it to Laka, I can see that we can have an exchange of some sorts.
By offer it to Laka, you mean hand it over?
Exactly. It's held in the storerooms here, deep below.
What happens if I were to just show you something that I have made in good faith, but I can't give it to you because it's in use?
Unfortunately, we cannot accept that. It's more of a transactional. A carpenter, a craftsman, an artisan makes an object to give. That's what we believe in.
How much stuff do you have down there?
She smirks and says, untold amounts. It's been kept in bountiful protection for many, many years.
Aren't you afraid that, like, the Federation are gonna come in and, like, take everything?
Even earning the disfavor of the gods keeps the Federation away. They have enough respect for Laka's will. They haven't moved yet within the 10 years they've occupied this city.
We definitely appreciate the offer, and we'll be heavily considering it.
Wonderful. Well, I will talk with Mr. Hornsby, and you're free to stay here if you wish, or if you would like to leave, that's also fine. But we are glad to have you.
Is Professor Hornsby, is he actually coming here?
He said he would arrive here tomorrow.
Oh, good. I mean, thank you. Well, I guess we're staying here.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And
That's
as
fine.
you Mhm.
Go ahead.
And as you descend down, the priestess leads you to your comfy lodgings, made of beautiful bed frames. Just everything's just immaculately designed for comfort, and you never slept on such a comfortable bed in all your weeks traveling. And is there anything else anybody would like to do before the day ends?
I would like to go to Sebastian's room.
Okay.
But
Oh, I lit
would
up a wait, hold up. A little better.
Exactly.
He can do his thing first. It's fine. I'll wait.
Can I
Yes.
go after Lilpa?
I go after Dante.
Wait, when's Dante going?
I'm going first.
All right. Maris, you do go to Sebastian.
Go into his room. I close the door behind me. I listen outside. I try to put my ear to the door and just see if I hear anybody walking by. Do I hear anybody?
Do a perception check. Natural 20!
Not.
Wow, what a waste of a perception check.
I was thinking it, and it made me sad.
You do hear people, but it is the murmuring of priest as they skirt by.
Okay. Sebastian, do you have a moment?
No, I mean, I suppose you just kind of let yourself in.
Right. My apologies, but I figured this would probably be the best. Get the cat. Get the cat.
Cat butt!
Would be the best time. And I will pull out one of the black vials. Don't think I should be having these. I think, if anything, I trust you to. I won't say experiment, but decipher what exactly this is, and how we can maybe prepare ourselves against it.
That is possible. Michael, do I have the tools on me to tinker with something like that?
It's more of like an alchemist. Not so much tinker tools. It's kind of out your wheelhouse currently. You can't do it like a nature or a medicine check to get an idea.
Nature or medicine? Which is higher for me?
Well, can I do that too?
Yep. You're probably way more.
Yeah, like nature, I got +4.
Natural 20!
Not.
2 times in a row!
We won't
No,
need
we're
this
gonna
against
die
the
in
assassin
combat.
lord.
What a waste!
So after you and Sebastian just kind of look at it for a while, you can definitely notice that this should not be in the hands of anybody, and what you have seen it do to a very innocent assassin, this is very troubling. And however, you do know that Mad Mage encountered in Xeno's Ruins had a journal documenting a lot about his research into that particular ooze. And it would do you good to look back on it when you have the time.
Sebastian, I think between the two of us, we could probably figure out something useful. But I want to hide this somewhere where I want people to consider. I want them to still think I have it, but I don't want to be the one who actually carries it. Case.
Okay, so how about we do this? How about you give it to me, and then we fill up another vial with some ink from a quill. I mean, I'm assuming that looks like about the same consistency. It's black, ichory. And then you hold on that one until
I
we
think
can get
that-
to somewhere where we can have more than just a bare bones
Mhm.
set up to tinker with everything and dig into it more.
DM, does this look like does the vial when I look at it give me like the viscosity of like blood? Like
It's yeah, I would say, very much so.
so. What I'll do is I'll take is there a thing of ink nearby, Sebastian?
More likely, somewhere. I have it in my bag.
I'll grab it. I will fill up half the vial with the ink, and then I will take one of my daggers and slice my finger open, dribble some of the blood into just regular ink. Not
Okay.
don't look like that.
I feel like some flour could just,
No,
solidify
no,
that a
no.
little more.
Ever heard of
Okay.
cornstarch?
Yeah, I'm just like
Nah,
any.
nah.
The man loves his bloodletting, okay? You know.
The idea is to make it look almost identical, so blood it will be, and just mix it up. And it's whatever. I'm gonna hold it. It's my blood. If anything, I'll drink it before I let anybody
Oh,
have
God.
it.
What is Sebastian thinking in his head right now?
I'm just watching. I'm just like, huh. Because in his mind, he was like, "Oh, just use ink," and then he's like, "I'm gonna add blood to it." He's like, "Sure, fuck it, why not?"
Well, the ink
Put blood in there.
The ink would be too thick. It just needs to be the same consistency, man.
Yeah, that's what he's like. He's like, yeah, whatever, just if that works, that works. Because in his mind, he saw Maris coming in here with a vial, and he's about to be like reaching for his gun and be like, "You're not milking me. You're not getting the poison. You're not getting the venom. No."
Yeah, I just imagine him like closing the door. He's like, "Hello."
That's what he thinks. Bro looked up, door shut, saw Maris. He's like, "Window."
Right,
love it.
speaking of things, I'm gonna give you that, and I'm also gonna give you one second. I have something else for you.
Flurry of milking.
Here's a tip.
Oh God.
What? I can't find it for some reasons on my inventory, but I give you this vial that is actually one of the flowers that I picked when we were in the underwater temple that will allow you to turn invisible. So I'll give you one of those.
Okay, so hang on, I gotta add.
What's the deal?
I don't know where all my stuff went. They're all gone.
Oh, gone.
Is there a name for the black ichor stuff?
No.
Black
Sounds-
ichor.
There you go.
Black
Thicker.
ichor. Okay, so there's that. And
Monster
then-
goo.
Master goo.
Monster energy.
Monster.
Monster energy can.
Crack a cool one. All right.
And then invisible flower.
So that little interaction happens. The exchanging.
I do want to point out to Maris that before you go, have you thought about what I said with Miyoko?
Remind me what that was again.
Just keep an eye. Looks a little bit more than I doubt it's the booze that's wearing on her. She didn't
yes.
look right the other day, and I'd appreciate it if it just wasn't me, because me trying to converse with her goes swimmingly.
Mhm.
She mentioned something about working on something, and I tried to offer, oh, well, let's share notes, and then she kind of just buggered off. So
Fair enough. I will also keep an eye. Yeah, something. I don't know. I feel like we're still getting to know everybody, even though we've been traveling for so long.
All right. So we pan away from that room. Just across the hall, Lilpa, Kimi, Miyoko, all hanging out in the beds, just putting up their stuff, setting up for the night or the morning. Still pretty early. What are you guys doing?
Toby, you want to go first?
First of all, I'm not touching these beds. It doesn't feel right. But before taking off any of her disguise, she would look at Kimmy and be like, I will be right back. I'm just going to go to the garden.
Okay.
And she'll look at Miyoko and just kind of go, not know what to say, and just walk out of the room.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And Lopa, you travel a little ways. The priest just nodding at you as they pass you by, and eventually you enter that great hall room with giant pillars just going into the darkness above, and that tortoise statue with a little grove on top of it, right before your eyes.
She wants to go like into the grove because she wants to look around.
Okay. So you go in. You're going through all sorts of different foliage, grass, flowers, trees.
Specifically looking for anything that came from the Underdark. I just when they said like they had they like have like clerics come in from all over and like bring something to the grove. It just piqued her curiosity. She's like wondering if there's like anything.
So yeah, you do look around, and what seems to be like almost like 15 minutes of searching, you get to the center of it, and you're almost determined that they just never frequent that far below until you almost step off into a hole that's like directly in the center. And you look down, and with your special eyes, you see all the kind of like layered areas that go deep down low, and these like glowing mushrooms and flowers, and all this kind of underdark flowers and trees and mushroom stalks are kept there.
Are you able to go into the hole?
Yeah, it's definitely climbable, especially for you, your size.
Yeah, she'd go in there and just look around and probably have a sensory overload for a hot minute.
So yeah, you're just kind of climbing down for a little while, and you kind of just look around you and all these like dimly lit fluorescent little mushroom stalks and the occasional giant mushroom tree that they kept, and you finally step down into this little underdark garden for you, and you look over, and you kind of scout out the area, and you see a person in a cloak tending to some of the flowers, and they kind of stand at attention, and you can see that they are around your height.
Okay. She had like, I'm sorry, I did not know anybody was down here.
And they kind of take a few steps back, and they go, it's quite all right. I'm gonna go. Like,
Oh, wait. Do do you tend to this garden?
yeah, they stop and they turn, and you can see that they're wearing like a full mask over their head and face, and cannot see their eyes, those slits, and they go, it doesn't hurt so much being down here.
She Holly was like, oh, is it the sun?
During the day, they light the fires in the temple even, and it's better I stay down here, surrounded by her grace.
I think I understand. I am not too fond of light either. I travel with my party, and they are all-day creatures, and it is quite hard being around them sometimes. But I endure.
And you can hear them kind of mutter to themselves and then look up at you in your direction and say, what is your name?
My name is Laka.
And they kind of whisper your name. You can hear it. They go, Lilliput. Well, it was nice to meet you. And they run off. Yeah, you can see like the cavern kind of goes off for a little bit. It's not really a cavern, but it's a garden. They kind of go into the darkness.
Oh. Okay. Just gonna sit there for a minute and think. And she's thinking back on like how Laka wants offerings and Kimi seems to really like it here. Have a quick idea. I just want to work on like after the session. Lillipa wants to try to go out really quick to the market, buy just some wood supplies, and wants to craft a one-person specialized Kuatoa boat that she would know how to make. And it's the only unique thing she can think of that like would help them earn favor, because again, she thinks Kimi really likes it here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just take off 1 gold for materials.
Okay.
That'll be enough.
It'll be my gold, Maris, don't worry about it.
Gold's for everybody. Nobody needs that. You can spend the money.
Lillipa has her own little bank.
And throughout the morning towards the evening, Lillipa takes her time climbing back out, grabbing materials, climbing back down, and sitting into that little underdark garden, slowly crafting away. Their
She
little...
is in her element. Thank you.
And we pan out and back into where Kimi and Miyoko were. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I think Kimi would just be like laying on the fluffy bed, like, oh, this is nice. But her stomach's gonna grumble, and she's gonna be like, boy, am I hungry. Are you hungry, Miyoko?
I guess it's... We're about to go to sleep, so...
It's
So,
only morning.
Weird time.
Yeah, I'm not even tired. Are you tired?
Looks disheveled.
Kimi, do an insight check.
11.
Mm,
Wait. Where are you? Okay.
Oh, like, you really needed to do that. I got an 11 anyway. Like, okay.
Could have gotten a 10.
right, it could happen. So, you don't notice anything.
I just stayed up all night last night, so I'm a little tired.
I know something that you would want.
And what is that?
Oh, it starts with a W and ends with an INE.
That will knock me out.
And don't you want to be knocked out?
It's the morning.
Just come with me to find some food, please. I don't want to go by myself.
Yes, Kimi.
So Kimi drags Miyoko begrudgingly away, and a little scouting around the temple, you do find that there is a culinary section where it almost seems dozens upon dozens of chefs are just cooking away with skillets and boiling things and all sorts of smells, glorious smells of wonderfully delicious foods just filling your nostrils. And they all kind of look at you and just give you like the ho ho, and they're just flipping around food and everything. And you see some of the priests are, eating away at the food and saving some of it. Not really eating too much, as they all kind of look at you and nod as you two sit down at this giant kind of kitchen area.
I'll take one
Damn,
of everything.
Why can't the talons of Cain be like this? I'll just like, oh, I'm going to punch you. Why can't they cook?
Flurry of
cooked-
raw.
If they cooked more, maybe they would have more allies, don't you think?
Right?
Kane embarrassed feels some burning behind his ears.
Let's take some food back to the room. Oh, and wine. Can we also have some wine?
They look at you.
Not for me.
We don't do drinking here.
Oh.
We don't do
Just kidding.
Start taking
Dry
shots on
County.
each other's navels.
Well, they start pouring you drinks and say, "Welcome to the temple. Love you. Take care."
Wow, this place is great, don't you think, Miyako? They pretty much have
Friendliest
like
place we've ever been to.
the weirdest place.
Nobody's trying to kill us here.
I know, it's amazing. Let's take this back to the room and maybe Lilpa can meet up with us.
Hopefully. I don't know if I can carry all this.
So yeah, eventually you meet back at your rooms with a full stack of delicious meals and all sorts of drinks. You don't know how you're doing it, carrying it all in there.
I'll start by pouring the wine. I know you want a glass, Miyako. You always want wine. And it's not like you're tired or anything. It's like the morning. We had like a long night's sleep.
Just say. She does not.
Oh, you cut out for me.
Sebastian was right.
Just heard
Oh,
Sebastian was
nothing,
right.
Kimi. Don't worry about it.
Internet is failing me right now. What did you say?
Here, repeat that.
Nothing you need to worry about.
Can you
Don't
play back
worry,
the
Kimi.
recording, please?
I can't. No, he bugged out for me too.
Oh. So I'm gonna pour her a glass of wine and give it to her.
As long as we're not doing anything else today.
I think this is a nice time to just relax and get to know each other better, huh?
Okay. Give me the wine.
Drink it. It's not poison.
So tell me more about how you grew up. I'm really intrigued by the whole, your dojo and everything.
Ah, yes. It was great. I had a brother and I had a father, and they were always training with the sword, and so I would just watch. And I was never allowed to participate, of course.
Well, if you're never
But
allowed to participate, then how come you know so much?
because I was always watching.
I see.
And I had a very hyperactive little sister.
Oh, you had a little
I had
sister?
to do something. Oh, yes. Why do you think I drink?
What was her name?
Mimiko.
Aw. Where is she now?
I have no idea.
Is she in hiding too?
When we lost the dojo, she ran away from home. Never saw her again.
Kind of like you?
Not exactly. I went off to go do work so I could support her, and then one day she was gone.
Was she kidnapped?
There was no struggle, and all of her belongings were packed.
Well, why would
So
she run away?
She was very adventurous.
Were you holding her back or something?
I don't think so. I just think she really wanted to get out of where we were. The whole island, in fact. I would have been fine to just get my dojo back and live somewhere comfortable, but she apparently did not share that sentiment.
Do you miss her?
Let's just keep eating food.
You know, I feel like you haven't been very honest with the group about your powers, and I haven't said anything because, you know, I don't want to give away your own secrets, but why are you being so secretive? I mean, obviously, we can trust each other, right?
Well, I trust you, and I told you.
But why don't you trust Sebastian or Maris?
Well, Melis already knows, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so you told him already.
No, I think he just picked it up. I honestly don't know how the other two don't know by now.
That's true. You do use a lot of magic all the time.
They, I think whenever one of them gets close, the other one tells them something to dissuade them. And so they are kind of like helping each other not help themselves.
So when your dad and your brother fought, is that how you learned how to do all that shape-shifting and stuff?
Oh, well, that one was a weird day, but for the most part, yes.
So is it like an inherited trait?
It should have been, but my brother can't do all that stuff.
Oh, why?
That's why he never inherited. We don't know. He just couldn't, and it really got to him.
So what happened?
He could still use the sword.
Did he die?
I wish he did. No, when our father passed, he liked gambling a whole lot, and one day, the only thing he had left to gamble was the house and the dojo. He screwed that up. He ran away. Are you noticing a theme here?
Kimi pours more wine.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it must be really hard, you know, having everything that you had your whole life be ripped apart and away from you, and feeling so powerless trying to get it back. I mean, you would do. I would imagine I would do pretty much anything to get that.
Yes. You know what, Kimi? Just stay away from sky elves. And I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Especially that headmaster of yours.
Yeah. I don't. You know more about sky elves than I do.
Yes, I do.
Well, like, why are they the way they are?
Oh, that I don't know. I just know that every single one of them I've ever met has been a complete weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're always up their own ass.
Yeah, well, I hope my professor, I hope he's, not what I'm thinking he is.
Hold on, let me just do a... Okay, I'm good.
End of lore.
Right.
I was like, what are you doing in there, really? Here, how about another one?
Oh god.
Okay, Kimi, you gotta do a con saving throw. You drank the wine too.
I didn't drink the wine. I don't drink.
I was just pouring glasses for your homies, but not you.
I mean, I've never had wine before.
Well, give it a whirl. You like grape juice, don't you?
Yeah, it's alright.
It's like really old grape juice.
Okay, I'll try it. It smells weird, though.
And right when you're about to try it, Lilliput, you kick the door and see your
You're a
person-
bad influence.
Stop!
I'm boat building. Kimmy, this is on you.
Yeah.
I'm taking the drink. Is it a saving?
Yeah, con saving throw.
Nice.
This doesn't taste like much.
We're wasting all of our good rolls on these RPs.
I know! I know!
And you two share a moment together, drinking wine. Kimmy, you get a new, better appreciation of your Kinku friend, Miyoko. And Miyoko, you learn that Kimi can actually drink and keep her own fairly well.
God damn. Where does it all go?
And
Right
we
through
pan
me,
away.
I gotta go.
we pan out with those two drinking, laughing. Cut away to Maris and Sebastian pouring over an alchemist kit, inspecting those vials. And finally, we cut away to the giant tortoise statue deep inside the Underdark caverns, where Lilliput is sitting away, carving at a boat. And that's where we're going to end it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you had a great time. It was certainly a fun RP episode. Next week, we'll have Inaru back and kick things into gear, and it'll be a fun time. Though this was a great episode. Lots of fun moments. Be sure to check us out next week for more.
Any special announcements, guys? Oh, wait, before we do that, thank you, Callisto, for 9 months in a row subbing to us.
Wow.
Super appreciate that. You are the best. Anyway, take it away, guys, with your announcements.
I missed last week. We were going to do a Cyberpunk recording, but I did a floozy and ate something wrong, got food poisoning. So we're going to do it again tomorrow.
Yay!
So watch
Wow.
out for that.
Hot new podcast coming soon.
Mm-hmm. So,
I just- It's all gonna be excellent. I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'm like trying to think of anything that we could talk about. Things are going hot on the Tuberculosis channel. Solved the mystery of the invisible wizard, and I told a big lie. didn't feel good, but oh well.
Mhm.
I did it for a friend.
What was the lie?
You have to go watch the VOD to find out.
Damn.
Damn.
But yeah, things are going great over there. Having a lot of fun on my own channel, so come check it out if you're interested in just late night hot streams. There's no tubs. If you know anybody that makes VTuber avatars and knows how to make a frog with the cowboy hat, though, let me know.
Oh god.
Yeah, I love this embracing of cowboy Froggy. Great.
It's like the formation of like your ranger and Lilliput just forming.
Help.
Now you just need to put horns on him.
Give him a girlfriend.
A horny toad.
A horny toad. Wow.
God,
You're-
I was telling Zach about the TCU horned frogs, and he's just like, the what? like look it up. It's the horned frogs. Don't look at me like that.
The horn frogs.
They're real. I didn't pick the mascot. My mom went to that college, not me.
And what day and time can they catch your streams?
They can catch those at Tuesdays at what's the California
11
time?
p.m.
11 p.m. Pacific time, or Wednesdays at 1 a.m. Central time. But we can't do that because then it can't be Toby Tuesday, and there's no Toby Wednesday. Sounds bad.
Mm.
If only my name was Wendy.
And if you need, or you can check it out on twitch.tv/TobyHerculosis, but we also host it here on Lich's Lair, so you can always go through our route too.
Yay!
Mhm.
Lots of fun though. Our mod Cass co-streams with me a lot, and she's a lot of fun to hang out with.
Any other cool announcements?
This Sunday, we did not have movie night last week due to it being a holiday of sorts. You know, teas being spilt into rivers and such. So this Sunday, we're gonna watch Clue. Come join us. Come find out who done it.
Zach and I had our own movie night.
You better
Trail.
watch Independence
I was
Day.
watching
Yeah.
fireworks, so me and Michael were having our own firework movie night. So.
Yeah, we watched the movie in Sky.
And
What-
40.
What movie did you watch then?
We watched this movie called Freaky with Vince Vaughn in it. It's a slasher film that came out last year, and it was really freaking funny. And Zach and I had a good time, or at least I hope he did.
I was fine with the campiness because I was fine when it got up to the point where I was like, this teenage boy is going to try to kiss this 50-year-old man in the backseat of his car. And it happened.
Wow.
It was great.
They kissed Vince Vaughn. That was
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
You know that movie Freaky Friday? Like, imagine that, but you accidentally swap bodies with a serial killer,
Oh God.
Or
okay.
Vince Vaughn.
and it's Vince Vaughn's a serial killer.
Oh, interesting.
But where and when can they check out our movie nights, Popcorn Junkies?
Or Zach and I's vigilante movie nights.
If we have vigilante movie nights, just invite people. It's always fun.
Yeah,
Everybody
but
can-
where? But where?
I don't know.
Check out Discord.
A
Everybody check out
lot of us
Discord.
were doing holiday things, but we're glad that you guys had some fun last time. But
Yeah.
Popcorn Junkies is starting when?
Yeah, you know, I wish I could tell you. I'm just joking. 8:30, 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern. Come hang out, watch movies, talk about movies. I have a couple ideas for a couple movies. With some trivia. I'm working on some things. Things are being worked on. I promise.
And you can join our Discord to come and watch with us.
Join us or be just, whoever you are. I don't know. We love you.
We're lonely. Please join.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just come and say hi, or we live there. That's our second home.
True.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great night. We love you. See you around. Bye bye.